Approximately 2 years ago, I decided to buy a chess set. So I went online, I started exploring the net, I discovered a lot of companies, a lot of products, but one particular set caught my attention. It was Dubrovnik chess pieces. I never heard about Dubrovnik chess pieces, and it was interesting for me because Dubrovnik is a city in my country and I never heard about it. I said, okay, let's explore a little bit more about this topic. So first I discovered 1950s Olympiad Dubrovnik, which was used obviously for the chess Olympiad. That set was designed by Pero Poček, and later I discovered 1970s Dubrovnik, designed by Andrija Maurović. He was a very famous cartoonist at that time, and that set was made by Jakopović. It was interesting to see, the political atmosphere at the time. It was time of the communism, so obviously the leader was Josip Broz Tito, and communists didn't particularly like religion, so the idea was to make a design without any religious symbols. So usually the king has a cross on top, but as you know, Dubrovnik has a little ball on top. And then I also discovered Bobby Fischer and his little talk about Dubrovnik pieces, like the best pieces in the world. So I was like pretty amazed with this information. It's pretty much like a lost heritage in Croatia. If you ask a regular person in Croatia, do you know about Dubrovnik chess pieces? Most likely, he will not know. After discovering all this, I started comparing different reproductions from different companies. I kind of formed some opinion about this, and I decided to make my first YouTube video regarding this topic. I made my first video. It was called Dubrovnik chess pieces buying guide. I received a really good feedback from you guys, thank you for that. And that's how this small community with you started. Later on, I continued to discover a lot more regarding chess design. I discovered a lot of English sets from 19th century, Russian sets, Lardi sets, but another particular set caught my attention. It was Zagreb chess pieces. So Zagreb is capital of Croatia. Another chess set named after a Croatian city, which I never heard of. Okay, that was definitely a second surprise. So the story regarding Zagreb and chess started in 1959 when the candidates tournament was held in Zagreb in 1959. Not only Zagreb, but in Bled and Belgrade. So 3 cities were hosts for this tournament, and the winner of the candidates will play against the current world champion, which was at that time Botvinnik. And the winner of this tournament was Tal, and later on, year after, he became world champion. But in this particular tournament, Dubrovnik pieces were used and not Zagreb pieces, because as far as I know, Zagreb chess pieces did not exist at that time. I believe that Zagreb chess pieces are made by Frank Camarata, a very famous chess designer. My best thinking is that once he finished the design, he was searching for the name, and he named the set Zagreb, because Zagreb as a city belongs to the chess heritage. So I believe that's the only connection regarding Zagreb chess pieces and city of Zagreb. But nevertheless, it was a second set named after a Croatian city. All this heritage gave me an inspiration to make my own design. So I first contacted Raw Chess Mall and I proposed them the idea, okay, I wanna make my own chess design. If you like it, would you like to make it in physical? And they agreed, yeah, no problem. I have finished the design, sent them, and they said, great, we like it, we're gonna make it. And there you have it. And this is how it got its name. So this is the map of Croatia, Dubrovnik city in the south of Croatia, Zagreb is in the north of Croatia, And approximately in the middle, there is a city of Zadar, which is my hometown and the place I was born and raised. So the very natural thing for me to do is to name this set Zadar. Zadar is a very beautiful city. It's very popular as a touristic destination, and if you ever decide to visit Zadar, you can contact me to inform yourself about things you should see and regarding accommodation. So here is the close-up of the pieces. This is the pawn. It is without, typical ring on this part. It is excluded to get this minimalistic look. And that's the fashion which follows all the pieces. Here is the rook. And green felt on the bottom. Here is the most important piece of each set. It is of course the knight. It's quite minimalistic, but I see it as very dramatic. With these sharp lines, it gets its charisma. There are no tiny details over here. It is mostly like a geometric art over here. I like it this way. Here are the bishops. One deep cut and a ball on top which is untouched by this cut. Two small rings over here, just like a necklace. Here are the queens. Typical crown, and again, two necklaces. And the kings. It has typical cross on top, but this part is quite minimalistic, again, without wide rings over here. Let's see the weight of each piece. King 53, Rook 35, 38 for the knight, 50 for the queen, 33 for the bishop, and 18 for the pawn. Here's the overview over the board. This time I'm using 55mm per square maple and shisham board. It is borderless, as you can see. So I think it is the perfect combination for these pieces because as the pieces are minimalistic, also the board is minimalistic and it's quite thick. In case you want to get these pieces for yourself, I'll put the links in the description box, which means if you buy through that link, I will get a commission which will help me to maintain my channel. It is not necessary to buy through that link, but it is highly appreciated. Thank you. My dear friends, this is all. I want to thank you for sharing your time with me. And please write me in the comments how do you like this set, and see you in the next video.